Hi, welcome to Katie's Burgers and Fries.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like down below.
And don't forget to leave a comment as well. See you guys later.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Is it really that boring here?
I suck at this game. Oh, hey Dylan.
Hey.
Just go wait over there, like usual.
I should have taken up this job. If he's playing games on his phone like 90% of the time, I should have taken this job. Instead of having trauma from the fucking robot. Yeah, let's deal with this creepy ass fucking...
She's ready for you.
How do you guys still use Skype?
Shut up. No reason.
Oh yeah, because down this long hallway, it's the only one that isn't centered with the rest of them.
Oh. Hello, Dylan. Please take your seat.
I got distracted by the comics.
Oh. What
Sorry,
was that?
I have the attention span of a goldfish. It's fine.
Understandable. I'm sorry for the slight mess. I had a client with your child and just gave him some comic books to read.
It's
But alright, let me see, what progress do I have for you? So, seems like the sessions have been helping manage your stress. Any updates on the sleep schedule?
Getting better now that I'm not working the night shift. It's better.
That's good to hear. Alright. Let's see. You and Sammy still doing well?
Yep. No issues.
Okay.
Was looking to move out
Okay.
at some point.
Alright. Your friends?
What friends? Oh, yeah, right. They're fine.
Seem to have struggled there a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it seems like you're alright. Okay. And it sounds like you've been genuinely more calmer, which is good. However, there's something that I still want to talk about. Any updates on your parents?
Think I talked to my parents? No.
Dylan, you can't keep avoiding this topic.
Yeah, I can.
Anytime I... No, you cannot. Dylan, you keep on and on. We keep talking about everything else that's happened so far in your restaurant, as an owner, your love life. I think I know you more emotionally than I know my other patients. But I cannot help you any further if we don't start this process. Just, let's start out small. Alright? Did you grow up with both your parents?
Didn't really grow up with any parents, if I'm being honest.
Care to elaborate on that? Because you can't just say that and just...
Yeah, I can. Mom left when I was 4, I think. I definitely wasn't that old. And then...
It sounds like you weren't that young either, if you still remember.
Well, I mean, I don't really remember it. It's kind of more of what I was told. Because he lived more with my aunt and uncle than I did with my actual parents. And that's why they never had kids, because I was enough.
Were you a handful as a child?
Nope, but they figured, hey, he's doing enough. They don't need to have kids. They already had some. So, like, we're fine. I don't think they were really hell-bent on having kids anyway, so... Considering my aunt runs a daycare, I don't even remember what my uncle does.
And your mom, do you ever have these weird dreams about this woman or something like that when you were younger? Stuff
Very
that's still...
rarely.
Hmm.
I mean, it takes a toll on you not having at least like one parent, or they just kind of leave and you think it's your fault and all that. It's very fun. It was a fun childhood, and the sarcasm is very high with that statement.
There's a lot to unpack here, so we'll start
Yep,
off small. I just don't want you to start getting anything too deep if you don't want to. Remember, you control the sessions and how far we want to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Alright. Tell me about your father.
Not much to talk
What
about
d-
there either. Most of my childhood, and by most I mean about the same as my mom. Accident happened to my dad. Didn't see him much after that, mainly because I don't think anyone else did. Think there's some accident on the job. He died on the job. And I'm pretty sure from what my uncle said that that's why mom left. But, I mean, so I never heard it from her, so I don't know. So it's just taking a guess.
Sounds like you really didn't have that much when you said parents
Nope.
around. You really
about
meant that.
4 years of my life. I am 19 years old. I spent
15 years.
Yep, I spent more time with aunt and uncle than them. Which I mean, I can't complain. They did their best. They did enough.
When you told me prior that, you know, your aunt pretty much kind of babied you in your couple, you know, first years.
Yeah.
And then immediately left to be more independent.
Yep.
So, there's a lot of love around you.
Mainly from them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle was mostly at work, so I didn't see him a whole lot, so I spent more time with her. I'd help out at the daycare, etc. I'd get babied because she's used to babying them. So the older I got, the more I kind of grew out of her eyes of the babysitting and daycare aspect and just kind of managing myself. Since I spent most of my teenage years by myself. You get used to it. The isolation, so.
But it's not really good to, like, hide this part of you. Does Sammy even know this?
Nope. She knows about my aunt and uncle, that's about it. I don't talk about my parents. I don't see a point. I don't blame my dad for anything, I blame more of my mom. But, yeah.
Is it because she left it for you, you'd rather not talk about it because talking about it means acknowledging she existed?
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of just prefer to just ignore her. I live with her sister, or lived. Because he didn't want me to go with my dad and his family.
And are they not in good communications with each other?
Not really. Yeah, there really wasn't many family gatherings.
Do you know why? Was it something that your mother offended, your father offended? Was it just something where, like...
Probably my mom. Knowing track records, it's most likely her. But they never confirmed anything from me, so I don't know.
Sounds like there's a lot. Sounds like your biggest stressor with that trauma sounds like to be your mother, because unlike your father, she had the option to stay in your life, but it seems that she somehow
adios.
Or left instead of saying that. Remember?
Yeah.
I know this is your method of coping, but
it helps me feel better. Just saying adios.
I know we talked about that. Same way how you accidentally said, "I'm gonna go kill myself after this job."
Or on the job, you know, it varies from moment to moment. Some days
Yes,
it's
I
afraid for
remember.
my life, but it's doing its
remember.
best.
I know, I'm fully aware. That's why you gave me, like, access to Sam in case, and, you say something, and, and on top of that, I still have to call the authorities if you do plan on doing that stuff. Remember that. I do have all your files, and you did consent that if something were to get to that grave or that level, I will call the authorities.
Yeah.
So just reminding you on that front. But in any case, is there something with your mother that never struck you as, like,
I don't know, I never heard good things about my mother. Like, yeah, she wasn't there from. I don't even really remember her raising me much when she was around.
not good things? Care to elaborate on that?
I don't know, did like the bare minimum to keep me alive. Dad did most of it, and then when he's gone, she just was like just didn't do anything for like a brief period when I didn't go with my aunt and uncle yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. Well, that.
Do you constantly blame yourself for
A
her
little
leaving,
bit.
or is it that you blame external sources?
I blame myself and my dad, but not like I can get that closure from my dad. So
We'll unpack that one at a time.
be a
Let's
nice
start with
session.
you. Why do you feel like you're to blame for your mom leaving?
Considering I'm an only child, not like there were more of me, so it was a collective thing. It's literally just me. I think
Like,
they only
why,
planned on
you were in an
having me.
accident?
I don't know.
Or was it like that they were
Uh,
planning, but
I
then
have
they
no
were expecting
clue.
a girl? Like, what?
I don't know. It was only just me. Like in the at least 4 years of when they were there, they didn't try for anyone else. So it's not like I could blame like, oh, siblings, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was like a specific person's fault. Nah, it's kind of more just me, because I really don't think aunt and uncle are to blame. I don't really know what they did for work. I think my dad worked at a restaurant. I don't remember.
Hmm. All of it is just very vague. All of it is just a lot. And overall, it sounds like the one thing pasturing you from moving on. I mean, have you ever gotten a chance to grief and forgive yourself for that? Or is it
Not
still that there's
really.
some.
I go to my dad's grave every now and again. Still
Um,
haven't found my mom, so I assume that she's still alive.
how often do you visit your dad?
Once every like 2-3 months.
So
24
have you
hours.
talked to him? Like, try talking to the grave as if you were talking to your father?
It's not the same. It's like I don't get a person's response.
Well, it's not the same, but it can still help. Sometimes when we come to grief and the loss, you can't leave that untouched and unspoken to. The grief will still consume and overwhelm you to the point that it will freeze you in at times in life. It's one of the biggest stressors the more you unacknowledge it. You can't pretend you didn't have parents when clearly you did, and it's understandable why you would like to forget your mother, but at the same time you know you can't. Same way with your father. It's a good thing that you go to a grave, but I'm gonna ask you for a new exercise to do above the ones that I already given you. Since it sounds like, those meditations have been helping. And the journal thing didn't really assist that much other than help you write with notes and being a little bit more organized. But I want you to start going to the grave and just talking to your father as if he was there. Start off with little things about how your job's going, where your life is, and then from there, slowly start trying to go through the process of it all. You may not remember him, but in the end of the day, that's still your father. And it's gonna be a lot. It's a process, remember? I told you. I told you in the beginning, there's a lot to work on. And clearly you need as much help as you can get. And on top of that, the rest of your stressors seems to be very minimal. Your
Yeah,
depression does scare me every now and then, but
yeah, work's been getting better. It's been easier since like bigger issues were solved, and I'm not entirely by myself if I need help on the job, because for a while I more of was.
bigger issues like what? That do you forget to restock?
Yeah, pretty much. Keeping like stuff afloat, changing the menu, making sure we have enough food, etc. But I mean, it's, yeah. Because before it was kind of just one dude in the company that was helping me. Now it's like the CEO
The whole company?
that's helping. Yeah. So it's making it easier.
So this new CEO, so you know them?
I visited them a couple times because they have their own restaurant. So I went to visit them very early on into the job, and then just haven't seen him since. Still haven't seen him, but he sent someone that he trusts to come fix the issue. So.
Okay. That's interesting. Sounds like you work for a large franchise.
Yeah, kinda. It varies. Big enough, so.
Alright. Let's see. Other than that, it's up to you. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
That's it. We can save my dad for next time. That'll be enough to unpack. Before the next time I come, I'll go visit his grave. Maybe take Sammy, just so I'm not by myself.
Of course. And like I said, just like do some little things.
Yeah.
Like that. Again, there's 7 stages of grief that you'll be going through slowly. Yeah, everyone goes through them differently, and some people go through the order of them very uniquely. I will say, I've had cases where people go through the step backwards, accepting the death, when first one tends to be denial or death.
I mean,
So,
well, to be fair, at the time I really didn't understand what that meant with him dying, so. As far as I know, Mom's still alive, so still a chance to get some
closure with her.
Yeah.
If you had your mother standing right next to you, what would you do?
I don't know. I don't know. This woman abandoned me when I was 4. I don't know.
Do you know what you want to say?
Nope, but I can plan that too, just in case.
We'll talk about that there, because it sounds like there's still a lot to unpack from your mother, and it sounds like to take a session on its own.
Yeah, so we have a good couple sessions prepped.
You still, yeah. Well, your job's paying it over, so
Yeah, always is.
we have plenty of time.
Alright. Thank you.
But yes.
And I'll see you next time, talk about my dad, and then see how much time we have after that.
Of course. And again, I want you to, communicate with your friends about this a little bit more, go into detail. Not into detail, but,
But
just tell them that
detail.
yes. Remember, I want you to be comfortable when you do any of these things, and don't want you to, do something, get nervous, shut down, any of that.
I figured bringing Sammy would be better.
If Sammy will help you be calmer in that situation, then of course you can bring her along. But slowly start being it by yourself too. Having Sammy sounds like you would want that, and it sounds like you need someone there to hold you, so that's completely acceptable.
Thank you. And I schedule my appointment with him, or?
My senses will take all the, details down for the next session.
Okay.
She'll let you know I'm taking a short break in the next 2 weeks due to some personal matters.
That's fine. Yeah, should be.
So just letting you know about those.
Yeah, gives me 2 weeks to procrastinate on visiting his grave and then doing it the day before.
Don't do that. Please don't. We talked about
I'm definitely gonna do that. Bye!
Please don't.
Just waiting for you to get out. Here you go.
What?